Hi everybody, I just wanted to do a quick video as a reminder of our accounting equation, as many of you had questions on how to find retained earnings. So in financial accounting, we learned, and in this class, right, assets are equal to liability plus equity. And in our case, equity is stockholder equity because we're a publicly held company. So regarding one of the problems in Chapter 3 that everyone's concerned about retained earnings, just keep in mind our equity is comprised of our capital, right? And that's everything pertaining to the issuance of our stock, common stock paid in capital, things like that. And then retained earnings. And I think the problem was asking you to find retained earnings. Retained earnings is where we close our income to at the end of every year during the closing process. So revenues and expenses get closed into retained earnings, and the net result is either net income if revenues were greater than expenses, or net loss if expenses were greater than revenues. Retained earnings also captures the payment of dividends. So that's the type of activity that's covered in retained earnings. Back to the problem in Chapter 3 homework. They gave you several accounts. Off the top of my head, I may be remembering the wrong ones, but you would have to add up the ones you thought were assets, such as cash, accounts receivable, anything that's equipment or building, things like that. All the assets get added up, and you would plug in your equation with that value here. Liabilities you would then add up. Any accounts payable, salaries payable, mortgages payable. Add those up and plug them in here. If you had an amount for capital, paid in capital, which I think there was, again, I'm going off of memory, you plug it in here. Then you are solving for your variable, which is retained earnings. All right, so it's simple algebra after that, and you can get the solution to the problem. If everyone is still having, or anyone is still having, or finds this challenging, please reach out again via the boards, and I will be looking out for it. Hope this helps.